Hello. Hopefully my stuff's working. Trying to get everything set up properly here. Okay, so I have a few things I want to talk about today. First things first is apparently you have to have rules for your channel because people don't know how to adult. How I'm trying to see. Let's see. Okay, so let me just hold this up. I hate that you have to set rules because some people don't know how to act. First things first, can you see my eyebrows? It's kind of a joke. I had a comment on one of my videos that all it said was wear your eyebrows. I know my lighting's not the best and my hair is super light. So especially if I've been out in the sun, sometimes you can't see my eyebrows, but I don't have to explain that because it doesn't matter. You shouldn't be commenting on people's videos about their appearance. Is the video picture awful for you guys on your end? Hi, Miss Peaches. Hi, Kimberly. Okay, let me see what I can do about the picture quality. Super weird. Huh. Okay, so how about I just... How about that? We'll just not do the video because I'm really not sure what's going on with my camera. I have a new camera, but like when I look at it on the computer, it looks fine. But when I look at it on YouTube, it's just not looking that good. So we'll just go without the camera. Okay, so let's share. Okay, so under my info and on my videos in the description, I have to put rules about comments, live chat, and panel. So this is so stupid to me, but be respectful, no name calling, trolling, or spamming. If you disagree, explain why. Do not make negative comments on someone's appearance. Stock accounts will not be allowed on the panel, and no yelling or cursing on the panel. So, let's see. Okay, then what happened next? So before I even started, this was a comment. You continued to practice libel, etc., without shame. You are truly sick, and I hope your husband leaves you and takes your kids, to be honest, because you are just not fit to be anything but alone. Well, that was nice. My kids are grown, so nobody can take them from me. But I mean, I respect everybody's opinion, but I'm not really sure how I'm defaming anyone when I have not even started. But I am going to show court documents today, and we are going to go over those court documents. So let's just see. Okay, so basically what has happened is we had some new filings. The last time we spoke, there was a filing, Critical K did a filing, a motion that she wanted to, that, you know, she felt like the Mississippi court didn't have any jurisdiction over her. So then they were going to just, then she submitted something requesting a dismiss for jurisdiction. So then the judge said, put in a stay and said, you know, this is going to have to go to district. Well, on the 23rd, which was 2 days ago, there was some new orders filed, and I'm going to pull those up for you guys. Okay. I tried to redact some of the stuff, but there was just so much. So I hope I didn't miss anything. And let me make sure this camera doesn't try to come on again. Okay. So what we've got here, this was filed on the 23rd. This is a declaration, and I did take out the lady's name. She is from Louisiana. And so she has downloaded all of the videos of the Christian Andracchio case that Critical K has done. And these are clickable links. And I have looked at them, and they are the full video. But she also gives some information and where you can find certain things that Critical K said, which was in Rae Andreacchio's petition for the lawsuit. So, also, this is 296 pages. So, the latter part of it is 100% transcripts from each video. And she is telling what video you can go to and where you can find that. So this first one is the a remark, and I actually want to pull that up. So we're going to go the first one. No, it's not playing. Okay, so I guess I just when you share a video, you're supposed to hit allow audio. So let's just do this again. I'm so sorry, y'all.
And they said, here you go. It's apartment 801's Critical K, part 3. And they're going after your family, they said. And she puts, yes, period. It's very controlled. Yes, period. This is people need to understand this. There are certain hallmarks that reveal how controlling someone is in text. If someone double space if they double space after a period, if they go yes, if they go yes, da-da, they hitting it with their thumb twice, yes, da-da. It's very controlling. She puts yes, double space. She has been posting for several weeks. Now I haven't been posting. I've been doing the hard work.
Well, how does she know if she hasn't been listening?
Exactly. And she says, not that many people listen to her, period. Double space. I just ignore her. No, you don't, Rae. You don't ignore me. You're not ignoring me.
Right.
You're very well aware of me. And you know that I have taken up for Dylan and Whitley. And I'm a force to be reckoned with. I'm a Powerball. You never met a motherfucker like me, Rae. And you know it. You sense it. And you're going to try to tell people that you just are ignoring me. And you're not. You know that I'm coming for this narrative. And I'm going to fight for these people. I'm going to fight for fairness and balance where they're concerned. And you're not comfortable with that because you have gotten really used to people kowtowing to you and bowing to you and towing your narrative for you. It's become real easy for you to do online. And it needs to be like not easy for you. Like everyone has to have someone, right? That's their wall.
Well, and it has brought out.
Okay, so that was, if you remember in the original petition, this was one of the things that Rae Andreacchio put in there. So that would be the evidence. Okay, so that's the first one. And it's just pretty much topped out word for word what was said. Now we can either listen to this one or we can just review what it says. Okay. So one of the big things that Rae Andreacchio is petitioning for defamation is Critical K said on her video that Rae Andreacchio and her husband were getting minors drunk or, tried in robbery. So I think it was really good that they're actually providing the videos and the timestamp to show when these things were said. And I thought I highlighted some stuff. Maybe it was on this one. Maybe not. So we've got this here. Let me just see. Let's just take a look. Let's just take a listen. I'm going to share audio this time. Ooh, 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 no, 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 no.
Troubling to me, actual YouTube, to see comments because there's that weird delay and it just throws me all off. Like I can't handle it. Hi, Jeanette. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Sabrina. Hi, Jonesy. Hi, Melissa. So I don't know what to do. I'm not going to be able to see the super chats. If you guys throw super chats at me, I have a lot of ground to cover. A whole lot. So I want to get started as soon as possible.
Guys, give me just a minute. I just realized how there's something going on. The quality that's coming across to you guys is really, really bad compared to what I'm seeing. So give me just a moment. I'm going to see if I can fix something real quick.
Don't know why. I'm not seeing comments. It's really strange. This has never happened. And you guys see me commenting? Let me see if I can see my own comment. Thanks, Angie Ray. Yeah, look at, I can see my own, but I can't see any of you guys. What's going on, StreamYard? What if I restart? How about that? Oh, they really haven't had. Sure. Angie Ray. I'm going to be playing back. Angie Ray. Thank you for becoming a member, Lisa. Hi, C Muffin. Hi, Sheila. I always feel like I'm like larger than life too. I wish I could push my camera back a little. Hi, Empty Nester. Hi, Melania. Hi, Lois. Hi, Relearn Your Truth. Hi, Just Danny. All right, let's get started because I have a lot. A ground to cover. So okay, so before I get to the 911 calls, and I have two that I'm going to be playing back to back. First thing I want to say is if Rae wants to try this case on social media, as she has been attempting to do since 2017, I'm happy to oblige her, right? I'm happy to oblige her. And until now, she has really dominated the narrative about this case via intimidation, bullying, outright lies. And I sort of set the groundwork for a lot of that the other night. And I'm going to continue to lay that groundwork and continue to provide proof of the things that I claim that she has attempted to control the narrative via intimidation, bullying, lies, bribery, getting people drunk, getting young people drunk, et cetera, et cetera. So, and that's very troubling to me, but she has really dominated the narrative, her and her family, her brother and her children. And it's time for the other side to have their say. It's time for the other side to have someone who takes up the mantle for them. Until now, they really haven't had anybody. I think they've had maybe one or two podcasters who have attempted to accomplish this, but were quickly run off. They became quickly terrified by Christian's family and were sent running into submission. And that's not going to happen with me. So, and look at the chat is stopping. Like,
I think that the video is such poor quality because I'm pulling it from the Google Drive instead of downloading it. So I may have to work on that. I don't really want to listen to all of her video. I would rather just show you guys the document and we can just go through that. So the one lady did this declaration. She gives all this information. She on the video, CK blatantly says that she's going to continue to lay the groundwork and continue to provide proof of the things that I claim that she attempted to control the narrative by intimidation, bullying, lies, bribery, getting people drunk, getting young people drunk, etc., etc. So there's a lot. They put word for word in all of this. She says that this girl was bribed by Rae to make false statements. So this is pretty much just going over everything. And like I said, the latter part of this document is all the transcripts of each of the videos. Then we have a declaration for Rae Andreacchio, which she is denying the allegations that Critical K has made on her channel. And she just goes through and says, you know, this is not true. I never did get anyone drunk. I never did try to bribe anybody. And so this is her response to those allegations. One of the things they've noted on, they continue to say on here, is Dylan Swearinger is a resident of Lauderdale County, Mississippi. He's been seen by Rae Andreacchio's daughter and other individuals around the Meridian area. He's been photographed at the Meridian's escape room, and these photos posted on Facebook during the time he was engaging in conversations on Karen Yax YouTube channel, Critical K. So she's saying that it's caused great stress for her and other members of her family. She frequently made threats to intimidate her and her family. She taunted me and my family with threats to put out misinformation that would paint me and my family in a false light. She is given information about how these taunting and intimidating behavior has caused her to have some issues with sleeping at night, hyperventilating, and anxious. That it's caused Christian siblings to have to relive events that are painful to her and to them. She bragged about having the autopsy photos and encouraged people to pay more to be a member of her Patreon group in order to have access to his autopsy photos. Guys, she 100% did that. That is in the PDF doc, which actually show the pictures because it's proof showing what she did, and the screenshots of her Patreon where her mods and herself were resharing and resharing and resharing. And these weren't ones that I had seen before. These were ones that shouldn't have been put out there. They weren't it. I wish I would have never seen them. I was going through that document and honestly haven't been through the whole entire document, but I mean, I was going to show it on my channel, but there's so much that has to be blacked out of it between nudity and racy pictures and raunchy pictures. But these autopsy photos, it's disgusting. It's very wrong. And I cannot imagine as a mother to have to see that time and time again. They're out there and they're never going away now. Okay, then we have a declaration from Christian Yax father. He is stating he did not offer money or drugs to Jordan Edwards to lie and state Whitney shot Christian. I did not ask her to lie about any of the events she gave in the statement to Gail Mills. So that's their response, stating, no, we don't agree with what she has said. These things are not true. So then we have the main document, which is a summary of everything. talks about just the different things that have gone back and forth, the filings back and forth. And they pulled out the transcripts from the videos. And that they oppose CK's motion to dismiss for lack of personal jurisdictions. They state that she intentionally committed a tort in this state, that she has purposefully availed herself to the laws of this state, and that she has failed to file a memorandum brief in support of her motion. So then I'm sorry, this is the summary of everything. Just stating that the plaintiff committed, that the defendant claims the plaintiff committed robbery and other crimes. She also implicates the plaintiff, which is Rae Andreacchio, in the death of another person, Hayes Mitchell. Then we've got each statement from that original, or the document that has the video links to them, with dates. So, and I remember these videos. I remember her speaking to Dylan and her speaking to Matt, which on the videos, this is exactly what was said. These are the transcripts from the videos. And she is trying to paint a narrative that since Rae treated Hayes Mitchell, that him committing self-harm had to do with her. I mean, she says, I really do believe that Hayes was treated by Rae, and Hayes is now dead with a drug overdose, and he was treated by Rae. He's dead also by self-harm. So she has a son that's dead by self-harm, and she has a patient that's dead by self-harm. It says that she's doing very unethical things. She's going to point out in her show that Rae bribed someone to make false statements. I don't know about you, but I look at people's patterns and I see that Rae and Todd have a pattern of bribing people with drugs and money. They have a pattern. And Dylan says they're money people. She says, and money. And they have a pattern of trying to solicit statements out of people by very nefarious means. Getting someone drunk. Are you kidding me? And the problem for them is all of this is very documented. There's proof of all of it. So there's no way to deny it, right? I mean, you yourself have proof of this. So the argument is when a non-resident defendant presents a motion to dismiss for lack of personal jurisdiction, it is the plaintiff's burden to establish that in persona. I am tongue-tied today, guys. Sorry about that. That jurisdiction exists. So they're giving cases and they're citing things. And I actually pulled this up on one of my previous videos showing what the Mississippi law was on jurisdiction. So I believe they laid that out in here as well. Okay, so a non-resident person who shall commit a tort in whole or in part in the state against a resident or non-resident of the state shall by such act or acts be deemed to be doing business in Mississippi and shall therefore or thereby be subjected to the jurisdiction of the courts of the state. So the defendant committed the tort of defamation, at least in part, against the plaintiff in Mississippi, even though the defendant was physically in Michigan. So she made videos about the death of the plaintiff's son. She So they're pretty much showing evidence where she's defaming her, talking to Dylan, which Dylan was in Mississippi. It says it even asks him where he lives, and he tells where he lives. And it said, moreover, as the video would indicate, Mr. Swearingen was being interviewed remotely by telephonic or electronic means. That is because he is a Mississippi resident. The plaintiff asserts this in her declaration. Also, the court can take judicial notice from the recording that is entitled CK Exclusive Christian Andracchio's friend Dylan chats with Kay. So they're saying since he said he could only find one therapist in Meridian who will treat him, he is implying that he still lives in Meridian and in the Mississippi area. Therefore, CK was speaking to a Mississippi resident when she accused the plaintiff of 1, bribing people to make false statements, 2, bribing people with drugs and money, and 3, of getting people drunk to solicit statements. Talks about that she was speaking with Matt Miller. Of course, she's pushing again, wanting to know if Hayes was treated by Rae. And they're showing what she did and why it is considered defamation. They're bringing up more cases with more evidence of why she is under jurisdiction in Mississippi. So we continue that for a while. lots of evidence, lots and lots of evidence, and lots of different cases. And so says the defendant set the following standard for accusing people of criminal behavior. You must take into account all the available evidence in a case before making a declarative statement as regards to someone's death or the guilt or innocence of any bystanders. However, by CK's own admission, she had never met or spoken with the plaintiff on any occasion prior to her statements about the plaintiff that are the subject of this complaint. So instead of getting all available evidence pertaining to whether the plaintiff had bribed witnesses, the defendant made a declarative statement regarding the plaintiff's guilt without even asking the plaintiff if this was true. At the very least, this is negligence. Hypocritical much, huh? I think that was kind of a wow. We've got more cases, for examples, more evidence. So we've got Jordan's statement, or the whatever from the video of Jordan's statement. After playing a recording of this statement from Jordan Edwards, defendant says that she found Jordan to be sincere in her regret. However, the defendant glosses over the fact that Jordan Edwards is now an admitted liar. Thus, it would have been unreasonable for the defendant to have believed her given her recantation. So she recanted her original statement, but we're going to believe her now. A reasonable jury may conclude that the defendant deliberately avoided the truth, opting instead to base her false accusations on the word of an admitted liar and nothing else. We've got another court case here that they are citing. There's just a lot in here. So pretty much they've got a lot here. You know, they're given so many examples. So many examples. So the videos and transcripts that are included in or linked to the various declarations show the defendant discussed a Mississippi criminal investigation concerning the death of plaintiff's son. During at least 2 of these videos, defendant contacted at least one Mississippi resident to make inquiries about this matter. Moreover, while conversation with a certain Mississippi resident, i.e. Dylan Swearingen, on her YouTube program, the defendant committed the intentional tort of defamation. So, yeah. How about that? She has taken Dylan at his word and trying to get him to confirm what she is saying. She doesn't understand he could be part of a murder. Yeah, I completely agree, Miss Peaches. She took what he said as 100% gospel. And you know, as it said in the court documents, that this is not hot news. This is 7 years old, but she drummed it up to make it news. So the bigger thing is, or not bigger thing, actually, this is a big thing to me. This is just, honestly, I thought with the last document of the judge giving her a stay that she might have found a loophole. But now wow. They have given so many different things that it may end up going to a higher court, but I don't think Rae's backing off. And as far as the jurisdiction goes, they gave a lot of evidence as to why it would be considered under the Mississippi jurisdiction. So we all know her channel is down. It shows to be terminated. And she's been tweeting YouTube, wanting to know what's going on. And if you look at her page, it says it's down for harassment, or I don't remember what it said, but it's down. Something in the PDF doc, you know, she was trying to get people to mass report other creator channels. And I was listening to some of the audio from that PDF doc the other night, and I just had to stop because it was just too much for me. I can only take a little bit at a time of her voice anyway. But it's pretty bad. The stuff that people have on her is pretty bad. And I know some other channels also went down. I don't think they're related to CK's because those other channels have some other issues with someone that is friends with CK. So I don't know that those are actually related. I know those other channels were being mass reported. Now Mandy C's channel is back up. So they have tons of evidence showing where people were bragging about mass reporting them. But, you know, one of those people are connected to CK. So I don't know that is what's going on. Now, from what I've heard on other channels and just reading, is that CK had already had so many strikes. And I believe after your third strike, that's it. And you don't get your channel back. Like, you don't get to get a new channel at all. So I don't know if that's what's going on, or if it was just very weird how these court documents were filed on the 23rd and then her channel was down on the 24th. Is that a coincidence? Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm not I'm not for people constantly going after people's channels, copyright striking them, you know, doing claims against them. But when you have 10 years of in the PDF doc of 131 pages of someone on there just being horrible to people, to victims, to the victims' families. I mean, after so long, it's got to catch up to you. You would think. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that her channel going down and the other ones going down are all related? I mean, it could just be a coincidence. Yeah, Twisted Tea. I agree. I've really been trying not to watch all the drama or the trauma, whatever they want to call it lately. I love watching Sunshinery. So, and she just does some chit chatting videos. So, I was watching her earlier today or this evening before I came on here. Um, and she's always so sweet. She always shouts out everybody that's in her channel and all of the other channels. But I've really been trying to not be all up in the crazy drama. Um, yeah, I didn't know it was down either until I was actually I had already planned on doing this video about the court documents, and I went to go pull something up and it showed her channel was down. And I was like, what's going on? And then I saw some other people made videos about her channel going down. And I was like, oh, wow. Because at first I thought, maybe she blocked me, or maybe this is just a joke. But nope, it's down. Very true, Miss Peaches. And I got that one comment earlier before I even started. And my intentions are not to defame anyone. I'm just bringing the information. I'm not trying to I'm not making accusations against anybody. But, you know, just that one comment that said, you know, that I'm truly sick and I hope your husband leaves you and takes your kids, to be honest, because you are just not fit to be anything but alone. And I don't understand why people are like that. I mean, I didn't do anything. I hadn't even started the live yet. So Melissa Coach, Koch, I appreciate your comment, but again, my kids are grown, so I don't know how my husband could take them. And he's not the father of them. They have a different dad. They have the same dad, but it's not my husband. But they are 27 and 25, so I don't know how anybody's going to take them. But that right there, you've got people like that who will go and they are part of that mass reporting crew. Now, if there's something that is said that is bad and needs to be reported, or someone is harassing someone, then if that needs to be reported, because this stuff really has to stop. Yeah, so before I even started, there was that comment on there. Let me see. And it was because I planned on talking about Critical K. So yeah. I did time it out. And I guess when you time someone out, it removes their comment, which is fine with me because I'm not having all this craziness. And just like the Ryan Smith that goes around, one of my videos that says, "Where are your eyebrows?" Well, if I had the lights on, you would have seen my eyebrows. But who cares where my eyebrows are? What if I had them all shaved off? Who cares? But anyway, so that is the latest on the CK craziness. And I'm still planning on doing a video with a guest co host, my sister. We are actually going to be talking about a case, and I don't know if you guys know it. Her name is Carrie Culberson. She went missing on 24 years ago on the 23rd of this month. So 2 days ago was her 24-year anniversary. And her boyfriend was convicted and is in jail for her murder. She's never been found. Her body has not been found. There's no evidence that she is deceased. It's all circumstantial. So we decided to kind of talk about this case and bring awareness back to this case, for one, because she is still considered a missing person, but also because to show how people can be convicted on strictly circumstantial evidence. So, and I'm sorry, guys, I am so tongue tied. I worked all day today, and this is week 3 of my new job, and I'm exhausted. It has wore me out. But anyway, we still plan to go live and talk about that, and bring awareness with the Barry Morphew case that came up. And she's not been found, but he is on trial for her murder. And so it was kind of a comparison, how to compare that. When you can't attack the argument, you attack the looks of the person. Weak. Very true. The Monkeys is the name of Kay's stand group. Yes. So the Flying Monkeys. And of course she had several chats with different names, but yes, Kay's Flying Monkeys. You know what happens to the Flying Monkeys in the end? They turned on the Wicked Old Witch. If you haven't seen The Wizard of Oz, at the very end, when the Wicked Witch is melting, the Flying Monkeys celebrate. But anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Have a great rest of your week. And I will be back hopefully this weekend covering the Carrie Culberson case. And I hope to see you all there. And thank you so much for being respectful in the chat. I really, really, really appreciate it. And I really, really appreciate all of you guys being here. Until next time, be kind to one another. Bye, guys.